Hello everyone, this is Rajeshwari, Assistant Professor of English. Let's learn a poem, No More Boomerang. It's written by Kath Walker. Kath Walker is also known by this name, Udgaro Nunukal. Kath Walker is a famous Aboriginal Australian poet, educator, artist, and a political activist. She was also a campaigner for Aboriginal rights. Her poetic collections are A Song of Hope, White Australia, and Then and Now. White Australia and Then and Now were published in the same year, 1970, and A Song of Hope was published in 1960. Our poem, No More Boomerang, was published in 1985. The poem explores the struggles of Aboriginal people adapting the white man's living or life. And here in this poem, No More Boomerang, we can see the past and present life of Aboriginals, Aboriginal Australians. Their traditional ways and lands have been replaced by the Western civilization. Let's look into the poem. No more boomerang, no more spear, now all civilized, colour bar and beer. No more corroboree, gay dance and din, now we got movies and paid to go in. Here in this stanza, the past and present life of Aboriginals showed through the words no more and now. Boomerang is a curved stick. When thrown in a particular way, comes back to the person who threw it. And this boomerang is a hunting weapon, traditionally used by Australian Aboriginals. And spear is also a hunting weapon with a pointed tip. The new civilized way of life has created issues for the Aboriginals that did not exist before white settlement. This colour bar and beer symbolizes alcohol issues experienced by indigenous people. Actually, alcohol was introduced to the Aboriginals by the white settlers. Corroboree is a dance ceremony, which is a sacred ritual or informal gathering of Australian Aboriginals. They had their own traditional ways of entertainment, but now they have to pay to be entertained. Here we have examples of alliteration, colour bar and beer, then gay dance and din. The consonant sounds are repeating in the same line. No more sharing what the hunter brings. Now we work for money, then pay back it for things. Now we track bosses to catch a few bob. Now we go walk about on bus to the job. This stanza conveys isolation and loss of common culture of sharing. Here emphasizes commercialism or the intention of making profit of white people. There is no real gain for the Aboriginals through these new ways of earning money and paying it back again for things. Now they have to obey the words of the masters to earn money. Their traditional manner of living has been replaced by the white man civilization. Here we can see the concept of commercialism, and the civilized society is all about chasing money. Here also we have an example of alliteration. Now we work for money. One time naked, who never knew shame, now we put clothes on to hide what's her name. No more Ganya, but Bangalore, paid by hire purchase in 20 year or so. Though naked once, they never bothered about what's shame. Now they have clothes to wear, only to hide their tradition and culture. By wearing these clothes, they are being forced to hide their tradition and culture. Ganya is an Aboriginal hut or shelter. This stanza is a clear depiction of commercialism. People buy things though they cannot afford. Here, establishment of a real white society is visible. Let's continue. Lay down the stone axe, take up the steel, and work like a nigger for a white man meal. No more fire sticks that made the whites scoff, now all electric and no better off. The traditional ways of living has been changing from stone axe to steel. Here the aboriginals are being forced to work like a slave only for the sake of or well-being of the white society. Nigger means dark-skinned person, which represents slavery and the aboriginals. These two lines are a very good example of simile. And work like a nigger for a white man meal, which shows the inequality between the colonizer and the colonized. Fire stick is a smoldering or a smoking stick carried for use in lighting fires, especially by aboriginals. Their primitive ways of living were ridiculed by the white society, and these new ways did not feel better to the aboriginals. Bunyip, he finished. Now God instead, white fella Bunyip, call him red. Abstract picture now, what they coming at. Cripes in our caves, we did better than that. Bunyip is an imaginary creature or a monster in Australian stories. White people also share the same characteristics of Bunyip or the devil or the monster. And here, red represents the British soldiers who colonized Australia. This is an example of metaphor, white fella Bunyip. Because the same characteristic of this imaginary creature Bunyip could be seen through the white people. Now they are leading an unclear life or an abstract life. Aboriginals are being confused of the arrival of these white people. And here cripes is the slang for Christ. During Australian settlement, people used this word as an exclamation. First it was changed to cripes. Here emphasizes the Aboriginals' better life before the colonization. And here the Aboriginals declared that they led a better life before the arrival of the whites, before the European colonization. Here we have another example of alliteration. Cripes in our caves we. The repetition of consonant sounds in this line. Black hunted wallaby, white hunt dollar. White fella witch doctor, wear dog collar. No more message sticks, lubras and lads. Got television now, mostly ads. This stanza conveys the difference in priorities between white society and aboriginals. While aboriginals hunting animals, white people hunting money. Wallaby is an animal found in Australia, like kangaroo. Here also, we can see the commercialism. The intention of white and civilized society is all about chasing or hunting money. Collar refers to the priest by the term dog collar, which shows the restriction on Christians by the church. Message stick is a piece of wood engraved with symbolic pattern, which is used to communicate between the Aboriginal communities. Lubras are Aboriginal women and lads are boy or a young man. So here the new technology has not provided any enjoyment to the Aboriginals. We have come to the last stanza of this poem. Lay down the woomera, lay down the waddy. Now we got atom bomb and everybody. Woomera is an Aboriginal stick used to throw a spear more forcibly. Waddy is a walking stick. Here conveys the dangers and self-destruction of the modern society. The most important technique used in the poem was juxtaposes. 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 And through this technique, the poet narrates the life of Australians in the past and present. and how it is slowly changing for the worst or destruction. The words no more and now are frequently repeated in the poem. No more conveys what is lost or the old way of life, and then now shows new civilized life. Then the theme and concept of the poem is how the Aboriginal traditional ways were taken away by the masters or the colonizers. The Aboriginals were compelled to obey the words of them, otherwise, they would be excluded from the society. The poem explicits how the white man's ways were strange or alien to the Aboriginal people. Then anger towards the people who enslaved the Aboriginals also can be seen here. Through the words no more and now, the past and present life of Australians or the Aboriginal Australians is well portrayed by the poet Kath Walker. So that's all about this poem No More Boomerang. Hope this would help you for the studies. Thanks for listening.